This is your Baba, Abu Amin Ra, coming at you today to refresh your memory on some things we have done that we shouldn't have done and hopefully will not repeat in the future. Now listen, Manduga Nadada, we were brought here officially August the 19th, 1619 in Jamestown. You don't hear me? We've been here a long time. This country has not always been a peaceful country, or at peace rather, because it's never been a peaceful country. It's always been at war or at odds with others and their endeavors to control them. But Manduga Nadada, please give this some consideration, your utmost consideration. We were slaves to many of the United States presidents. I'm talking about in the hundreds to each one of them. In their struggle to liberate themselves from England, some of us, even though we were slaves, thought a heck of a lot about those who originated in Europe. My brothers and sisters, we got in that war with them and defended them and fought against England. One of the great heroes of that struggle for American independence was a black man named Crispus Attucks. Then, my brothers and sisters, just to name a major few wars that we black men and women have acted the same way in, I would like to mention another one. A major struggle within the United States of America itself. Still holding slaves, our ancestors, chattel, taking their labor, beating them, killing them, raping them. But when they join against one another in mortal combat, that is the Union and the Confederacy, we fought in that war also on both sides. So we were on both sides. We weren't necessarily struggling fighting for America for our benefit, but we was fighting for the victims of the Civil War to rest in peace and to do what they wanted to do with black folks. Not taking our concerns in the hand, but going to war with them and assisting them struggle against one another. So then again, my brothers and sisters, 1918, First World War, as they call it, which took place primarily in the European theater. Our black men and women joined forces with the powers that be in the United States of America, that country that stole them from their motherland and exploited them in any way believable did some atrocious things to them. But yet, they stood up and they joined forces with the very forces that held them in slavery and in segregation. There's a foundation in the Ku Klux Klan and all the rest of the Klansmen and many right-wing bigots. But mind you, listen, try to make a point here. There was the Second World War against Japan and a few others scattered abroad. And we were so bad in defending this country against its so-called enemies that we became some of the greatest pilots during the Second World War. Even in a black platoon, all black. You need to talk to Benjamin O. Davison. A few other blacks who rose to gloriousness in their knowledge of warfare and in going to war to defend America and helping her defeat her enemies. Then there was the Korean conflict. We also fought in the Korean conflict, defending America and hopefully defeating her enemies. At the same time, America had no respect for us at all. Then, my brothers and sisters, bring it on down, there's been nothing but skirmishes against most of the nations on the planet. And black men and black women have always stood up for their enslavers against their enemies when in conflict. Now, something is wrong with this equation. Don't you think? Don't you think we should not understand, we should begin to understand and put into practice that we are as important as anyone else and more important than many others? We are the originators of civilization. Ethiopian, Egyptian, Kush. Y'all don't hear me. So listen, my brothers and sisters. We must begin to put ourselves first. See? Law of survival. You do everything you can for yourself, and then whatever you can do for others, you do that. Because, see, we have to survive as a people. So, my brothers and sisters, here we are. In the United States of America today, and they're trying to put a con game on us by controlling the narrative on what they're looking for in a nominee to represent Democrats in the upcoming 2020 elections. Come on, man. They need to cut that jive out, you know? I know what's going on, and you know what's going on. But my brothers and sisters, you are asleep. It will be demonstrated when you are awake or awoke. When you're seeing the world through your third eye. When you decide, me first, others second. And from henceto forward, I'm going to fight just as feverishly, just as defensively, just as protectiveness as I possibly can be in my defense and spread of the red, black, and green flag. It's got to be our first priority if we want to survive. Stop defending others. Defend yourself, your wife, your children. Defend their future with everything you possess, whether mental, spiritually, or physically. Dedicate to them, because you and I must always remember who we really are. You remember all those great ancestors we talk about? They're not dead. Those great ancestors we had and still have exist today in us. They were conceived between your mother and your father, came out as you. You and I are our ancestors reborn through our parents. See, listen, ain't nothing changed. We still got the power. See, we got the morality too. We have the love. But we also must develop and practice the first law of nature, because it's necessary that we do if we are to survive into the near future, and practice it. Self-preservation. Wasgeya. Peace and hotep to you, my Nduga, and my Dada.